Mom!
Brody, I'm here, son. What's the matter?
Come quick, there's water coming out of the ceiling in the basement. It's going everywhere.
Hi, I'm Miss Jean. Join me on a trip to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear, almost clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Join me for today's expedition in Discovery Mountain. Today's episode, Chaplain Plumbers, is the second episode of the story series, The Perfect Gift. In our last episode, we had a near miss on a Thanksgiving disaster, and Jamie and her mom brought home a surprise guest. Jamie's dad is home on leave. Now, every day in Discovery Mountain is an exercise in faith. Listen carefully to today's episode and see if you can hear your faith exercise. Now, let's see if Chaplain Simon can help Jake with his new role at the school. And it looks like Jamie is getting ready for Christmas.
Black beanie. No, scratch that. A turquoise beanie. Let's see. Over-the-ear headphones. Sheepskin boots. A two-person kayak. A puppy. Gadget, I'm just teasing. I didn't write puppy on my Christmas wish list. You're all the doggy I need. Come here. Who's a good boy?
Turquoise beanie, over-the-ear headphones, sheepskin boots. Let's see. Kayak? Is that your shopping list, Jamie? I thought you were going to help me stock shelves here at the store today, not buy up all my inventory.
No, Granddad, that's my Christmas wish list. Look, I put both boxes of apples out in the produce section. There's nothing else to do, so I'm working on my list.
Jamie, there's always something else to do when you're at Trekkers. For one, you left the empty apple boxes in the middle of the aisle. Could you please take them out to the recycling bin?
Oh, oops, yeah, I'll grab them. Come on, Gadget, I'll race you there.
Hey, Mr. Simon, morning. Hey, we're here for some supplies. Chaplain Simon and I are going for a hike.
Good morning, Dad. Jake told me he'd show me the cave he slept in when God first brought him here to Discovery Mountain. I can't wait to see it.
Sounds like a great adventure of a day you two planned. Jake, if you're looking for trail mix, I just restocked your favorite brand.
Oh, yeah, we'll need trail mix. Thanks, Mr. Simon. How'd you know I'd be looking for it?
Oh, just a hunch.
Dad, I thought Jamie was going to help you out around here today.
Well, she is. I just sent her to the recycling bin. In between jobs, she's been working on her Christmas list.
A little early, wouldn't you say?
Oh, hi, Dad. Oh, you found my Christmas list. It isn't finished yet. I still have to add...
Jamie, don't you think
Oh,
that...
Dad, later. We have a customer.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Simon. Jamie.
Mrs. Lee, this is my dad, Chaplain Simon, that I was telling you about. Dad, this is Mrs. Lee. She teaches the first and second graders at my school.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. Lee. I've been serving overseas for a while, and maybe my facts are mixed up, but I was pretty sure Jamie had already passed the second grade.
Dad, stop teasing.
It's nice to meet you, Chaplain Simon. Jamie helps me in my classroom by reading to my students. My students, including my son Brody, just love her.
Yeah, it's part of my acts of service commitment.
Yes, each student at Discovery Mountain Academy commits to helping someone in an act of service for the year.
Acts of service commitment. Great idea, Mrs. Lee.
I agree. It was Jake's first idea as our new school chaplain.
Mrs. Lee, how are you feeling? When's the new baby gonna be born?
I feel pretty good. Thanks, Jamie, for asking. I'm just not sleeping very well at night. I was reading online that chamomile tea can help me sleep better. Mr. Simon, do you carry that?
I sure do.
Mom!
Brody, I'm here, son. What's the matter?
Come quick, there's water coming out of the ceiling in the basement. It's going everywhere.
Dad, do you have a pipe cutter?
Yep.
Jake, grab the pipe cutter and follow me. Mrs. Lee, we better get over to your house right away.
Okay, it's right next door. Let's go.
Brody, you were right. Water everywhere. Call 911. Get Officer Lewis.
Jake, no need to call in the police. It's water, not poison. Everybody, listen to me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Brody, the water is up to your ankles. I want you to go back upstairs. It won't be safe if the water reaches the electrical outlet. So go check on your mom, okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right, I'll turn off the main water valve.
Oh, the water stopped. Chaplain Simon, watch your step. Brody's toy trucks are there.
Whoa, near miss. Thanks, Jake.
Jay, Chaplain Simon, how bad is it down there?
Well, there's about an inch of water on the floor. Don't come down, Mrs. Lee.
Jake, we can take care of this. Just follow my lead. Mrs. Lee, can you please come to the bottom of the stairs?
Yes, and thank the Lord that you two are here to help me. My husband's at a conference in the city, and things like this always go wrong when he's gone. Oh my, there is water everywhere.
Mrs. Lee, stay there. Don't come any further.
I'm here, Mom. Here, hold my hand.
Oh, Brody, thank you. Oh, the baby clothes.
Oh, now, Mrs. Lee, you just tell Jake and me what we need to get up off the floor so it won't be ruined. Where are those baby clothes?
Over there in the corner next to the stack of Christmas boxes. Oh, the Christmas decorations.
Oh, I got them, Mrs. Lee. Here, I'll pick up the baby clothes out of the water. See, just the ones at the bottom are wet.
I got the Christmas boxes.
Oh, and the files in the bottom of the filing cabinet.
I got them.
Okay, I think you got all the important boxes and papers.
All right. Now, Mrs. Lee, can you see where I'm pointing up here under the wooden joists?
Yes, I see. Oh, the copper water pipe is cracked.
Yeah, and that's where the water leak came from. Jake and I can fix that for you.
Oh, Chaplain Simon, I don't know.
Mrs. Lee, when you serve in the field as a military chaplain like me, you have to learn how to weather any emergency. With Jake's assistance, I can fix this until you have a plumber come out.
Yes, please, go ahead. Thank you for your active service. What do you need?
Well, I'll text Jamie a list of supplies that I need from Trekkers, and maybe you and Brody could run next door and pick them up for us?
Of course. Brody, help me up here, would you?
I got you, Mom.
Thank you, Jake and Chaplain Simon. Thank you.
Well, Mrs. Lee, don't thank us until we actually fix it. Jake, grab those buckets in the corner. Let's scoop up as much of this water as we can while we wait for those supplies.
Yes, sir. Oh, this isn't the day I thought it would be. I thought we'd be out hiking
Jake, watch yourself. The toy trucks.
Whoa!
This is going to be a long day.
Oh, hi, Jamie. Did you get the text from your dad?
Yeah, Granddad's getting the stuff. Is your basement gonna be okay?
I think so. Your dad seems to know what he's doing. Thank heavens for...
Mrs. Lee, what is it? Are you okay?
I think I need to sit down.
Mom, sit at this table. Are you okay?
Thank you, Brody. I think I am...
Mrs. Lee, when is the baby due?
Not until the new year. At least 4 more weeks.
Okay, that's good news.
Oh.
Brody, hold your mom's hand. I'm gonna go get her a glass of water. Mom, it's me. I'm at the store and Mrs. Lee is here. There's a broken water pipe at her house. No, the house is gonna be fine. Jake is fixing it. No, Mom, don't worry. Dad's helping him. As I was trying to say, Mrs. Lee is here in the store and she's like moaning in pain. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Mom. Here's a glass of water, Mrs. Lee. How are you feeling?
Thanks, Jamie. Now if I could just get those things your dad needs to fix the broken pipe. Oh.
Mrs. Lee, I just talked to my mom. She wants you to come to the hospital so she can take a look at you and the baby and make sure you're both okay. Doctor's orders. Brody, grab your mom's arm and I'll take the other. Let's walk over to the hospital.
Okay, Jamie. I'll go.
Jamie, is Mom going to be okay? What about the baby?
Brody, don't worry. Let's just take your mom to the hospital so my mom can help her. She's a doctor and she'll know what to do.
I'm scared.
It's okay, Brody. Let's just think about your mom right now and how we can help her and the baby, okay?
Okay.
All right, I have the list of things from the back room. A copper pipe repair kit, soldering... Hey, boy, where's Jamie? Where'd everybody go?
A burst pipe, and now Mrs. Lee seems to be in pain. This day isn't turning out like anyone expected. Can Jake and Chaplain Simon fix the burst pipe, and will Mrs. Lee be okay? Well, don't go anywhere. We'll find out after this short break.
Hello, I'm George Swanson. I play Mr. Simon here on Discovery Mountain. In real life, I work for the Voice of Prophecy, the ministry that brings you this program. The Voice of Prophecy has been around for a long time, more than 85 years. And this program is just one of several that we have available right now or are planning to roll out in the near future. I invite you to listen to our flagship program called Disclosure, hosted by Sean Boonstra. Disclosure is a 1-hour program featuring relevant topics for today. You can listen to Disclosure on all of the major podcast platforms, on iHeartRadio, and online at disclosureradio.com. You fed your kids spiritually. Now take a little time for you. That's disclosureradio.com. Hello? Is anyone down there?
Mr. Simon, yeah, we're here. Hey, we're waiting for Miss Lee to bring us our supplies from the store so we can fix that pipe.
Here, Jake. I have what you need.
Oh, thanks for bringing them over. Oh, good, you found the propane torch. Look, do you have Jamie watching the store?
Well, no, that's the strange thing. I came out of the back room and she was gone, so I called the house. Called you both. No answer.
Sorry, Dad. We've been trying to clean up the standing water out of this basement. Did you try Shelley at the hospital?
Yes, and they're there.
Oh, is Jamie okay?
Yes, she's fine. Mrs. Lee was in pain, so Jamie took her to the hospital. She's in the waiting room with Brody now.
What a day. I hope she's all right. Thanks, Dad, for bringing us the supplies. Shouldn't you get back to the store now? You're losing sales while the store's closed.
Oh, I'm not worried about losing sales right now. I'm worried about the Lee family, not about myself.
Well, Dad, if you wouldn't mind rolling up those rugs, they're still wet and need to dry out before they go moldy. If you take care of that on your way back to the store, Jake and I'll get to fixing this broken water pipe.
Sure, I'll roll up the rugs and take them to the airplane hangar to air dry. Lots of room there, and Blue Birdie won't mind.
All right, thanks, Dad. Now, Jake, hand me the pipe cutter.
Okay, here you go, one pipe cutter.
Okay, now marking 1 inch on either side of the broken pipe. Let's cut.
Hold on, is it safe to cut open the pipe? I mean, won't that make the leak worse?
Jake, you have to cut out the broken piece so that you can make the pipe whole again.
Huh. Sounds like there's a spiritual lesson in there. Sometimes God cuts out the broken parts of our lives to make us whole again.
Yes, and sometimes it hurts. Like this.
Ha! That pipe snapping is loud.
All right, Jake, let's dry all the water so we can fit the new pipe in place. Throw me a cloth.
Sure thing. Here you go, Chaplain Simon. Catch.
Got it.
You know, Chaplain Simon, I was looking forward to our hike. I've been wanting to ask you some questions about being a chaplain. I mean, you're experienced, and I've just started working at Discovery Mountain Academy as a chaplain. I love working with the kids, but
what, Jake?
I really just don't know what I'm doing.
Jake, we all learn as we go when working for God. It doesn't matter how much formal training you have, God teaches us as we go. The important thing is to be willing to serve Him and to listen to His voice. Hand me that repair piece of pipe, would you, Jake?
Yeah, here's the pipe. So, Chaplain Simon, what's your number one piece of advice for me as a beginning chaplain?
Well, Jake, there are so many things to keep in mind when serving God. I guess if I had to choose one, I'd say, here, hold the other end of the pipe right where we cut it.
Yeah, got it. Okay. All right. Now, what's that advice again?
Oh, yeah. I'd say to you, and anyone committed to serving God that... Now, wait. No.
Oh, Chaplain Simon, is your advice to wait? Oh, no?
What? Oh, no, Jake. This piece of repair pipe is too short. We'll have to run back to the store. You wait here. I'll be right back.
But the advice.
Oh, son, are you all done at the Lee's house already?
Hi, Dad. Nah, that'd be too easy. This piece of repair pipe is too short. Do you have a longer one?
You know where I keep everything. Not much has changed since you were Jamie's age and helping me here in the store on weekends.
Have you heard anything from Jamie? Is she still at the hospital?
Haven't heard anything. Finding the right size?
I think this one will do. Let me pay you for that, Dad. Here you go. I'll be back over at the Lee's house. If you hear word about Mrs. Lee, let us know.
All right. Bye, son. Now, what was I doing before all this excitement started today? Oh, yes. Gadget, you're right. I still haven't found out who that mystery package is for. Let's see. Here it is. All I can read is that it's for a Mr. E. No, I called Mr. Edwards. It isn't for him. So then I called Mr. Irwin and Mr. Epstein. Neither of them ordered anything either. I wonder what's inside. It's about the size of a bowling ball. No, too light. A bowling ball would be heavier. Maybe it's a porcelain doll. No, porcelain doll would be marked fragile. Let's see. What's this stamp on the bottom? Made in Australia. Well, that doesn't help me much. Ellingson. Mr. Ellingson must have ordered this.
All right, Jake, I'm back. And I have the right sized pipe, I hope. Jake?
What? Someone's here. Oh, I'm good.
Were you napping?
I sat down on the beanbag chair, and the next thing you know...
Jake, enjoy napping. Sleep is a gift. When you're older, you'll wish you could. Come, help me with this.
Yes, sir. And as we worked together, you were going to tell me something, remember?
I was? Now, let's see if this fits. Yes, just right.
Chaplain Simon, you were going to tell me the one piece of advice you'd give to anyone committed to serving God, and...
Jake, would you hand me that propane torch?
Yeah, but...
And the gloves, and the safety glasses, too.
Propane?
Now, Jake, have you ever used one of these?
Well, no, but...
Well, what we'll do is heat up the pipe right where it joins the old pipe. And when it's hot, we'll seal the joint. Put on the other pair of safety glasses and gloves.
Okay. Hey, do you want me to hold the wire?
Hold it right like that. And stand clear as I turn on the propane torch.
Oh, watch for the wooden beams, Chaplain Simon. You don't want to burn the whole house down.
I got it, Jake. Just another few seconds. Wait. And now, apply the soldering wire. Good job, Jake.
Hey, that was easy. I feel like a real plumber.
All right, let's do the other side. All right. Now.
And there it goes. Chaplain Simon, we make a great team.
Jake, I told you we could fix this. Now, go over and turn the main valve back on. Let's see how well we did our job.
Alrighty, here I go.
Let's see. Everything looks good.
I wonder how good their repair job is. Will the fixed pipe leak again? And just how is Mrs. Lee doing over at the hospital? Well, don't go anywhere. Or if you do, take us with you, because we'll find out right after this break. Hi, kids. Please excuse the interruption. I want to talk to the adults listening with you. Now, when I'm not busy working on Discovery Mountain, I'm busy being a mom. I juggle work, music lessons, and trips to the orthodontist. There never seems to be extra time at the end of the day, or extra money at the end of the month. But it's important to my husband and I to support causes that we see making a difference in the world. And the ministry that brings you Discovery Mountain, the Voice of Prophecy, well, that's top of our list. Now, I've found an easy way to support this ministry and it doesn't take a penny out of the family budget. It's Amazon Smile. Whenever I make a purchase at Amazon.com, the Voice of Prophecy automatically receives a donation. Find out more about this easy-to-use program that won't take anything out of your orthodontics budget at smile.amazon.com and add the Voice of Prophecy as your charity. Thank you for helping us make a difference in kids' lives.
All right, go over and turn the main valve back on. Let's see how well we did our job.
Alrighty, here I go.
All right, let's see. Everything looks good. Everything is dry. The repair looks good.
How's our work, Chaplain Simon?
Looks perfect. All dry.
Woohoo, we did it.
Jake, shh.
What?
Do you hear that? It sounds like water dripping.
But everything looks good.
Here, but... no. There's another leak.
I'm on it, Chaplain Simon. Don't you worry. I'll turn the water off. All right, Chaplain Simon, got the water off. Now what?
Well, Jake, now that we're experienced plumbers, how'd you like to fix another broken pipe?
We're in it this far. I'll head over to Trekker's to get our supplies.
Now, just wait a minute. I think we have what we need. Let's see. If I cut the broken pipe area just a little shorter, that first piece should work.
Pipe cutter.
Thank you. That should do it. And we have what we need. Now, Jake, as I was telling you earlier, the one piece of advice I'd give to you as a new chaplain is this. Hand me the gloves and safety glasses, please.
Chaplain Simon, your advice to me is to hand you the gloves and safety glasses?
No, Jake, just hand them to me, and I'll tell you.
Okay, here you go. I'm listening.
There's so much to consider when answering the call to serve God. The one piece of advice I'd give you is...
Yeah? Uh-huh.
That you don't need my advice.
I see. Huh. Brilliant. Wait, what? I don't understand.
Jake, stand by with the soldering wire. Look, you don't need my advice because you already understand it.
But what do I understand? I don't know what I don't know.
Calm down, Jake. Hey, move the wire just a little bit right there. There. Done. Look, Jake, this morning at the store, Jamie said that she spends time each week in Mrs. Lee's classroom with the first and second graders.
Oh yeah, she reads to them and listens to them read. They're just learning to develop their reading skills, and vocabulary in the first and second grades.
Yeah, Jake, I get it. But think about this. Why does Jamie do this?
It's her acts of service commitment. All the students do this.
But why?
Oh, well, it was my idea when I became a chaplain. I thought if each student spent a year doing something for the others, that they'd be thinking more about them and less about themselves.
And that's why you don't need my advice.
Yeah, but...
Jake, if every person called by God to serve him, no matter the job, remembered that one thing, their work would be started in the right direction. Jesus asked us to do one job, and that's to tell people about him.
So that's your advice?
Exactly. Our one job, the one job every believer has, is to tell people about Jesus Christ, and that he loves them, and that he's coming again soon.
Right, that's our job description.
Yes. Now, in order to do that job, we need to think more about the people around us than about ourselves.
Yeah, that's what the Acts of Service commitment does for the students at Discovery Mountain Academy. It's more than helping others, it's getting them ready to tell people about Jesus.
You've got it. Now, Jake, turn the water back on. Let's hope and pray that our active service holds together.
Jake, the water's running out of the kitchen faucet. Is it broken too?
Oh, hey, Brody, you're back. Oh, no, the faucet isn't broken. We just turned all the water back onto your house. We're checking to see if everything's working.
Jake, did you and my dad fix the broken pipe in the basement?
We sure did, the first and the second one.
The second one?
Long story. How's Mrs. Lee?
I think she's okay. Brody, you sit down on the couch, okay? I'm going downstairs to see how everything looks now that it's all fixed up. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, Jamie.
Come on, Jake.
Jamie, you're back. Is Mrs. Lee okay?
I hope so. She's staying overnight in the hospital just to make sure. Mom says it's probably just false labor brought on by all the excitement and stress over the pipe bursting.
Oh, what about Brody? Is he gonna be okay?
Mrs. Lee called her husband, and he's coming home early from his conference. He'll be home before Brody goes to bed. I'll stay with him until then. I know all his favorite stories to read him.
Jamie, thanks for taking care of Brody and Mrs. Lee. You're a good kid.
Thanks, Dad, but I didn't really think about it. I just helped. Hey, everything seems almost dry down here. Nice job fixing the broken pipes.
We did a good job, see? We have safety glasses, soldering wire, and a propane torch. Show you how it works. You just do this.
Jake, let's not turn on the propane torch again, okay? Jamie, what's so funny?
You two could go into business. I have the perfect name for your business.
What, a plumbing business?
Yeah, you could open a plumbing business and call it Chaplain Plumbing. God calls, we answer.
I like that. But I think I'm going to keep my day job.
That propane torch looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll add one to my Christmas list. I can think of all kinds of uses for it.
Jamie, I'd like to talk to you about that Christmas list a little bit.
Jamie, I found my storybook.
I'm coming, Brody. Dad, can we talk later?
Yeah, run and take care of Brody. I'll see you at home later. We can talk then.
Well, Chaplain Simon, I believe our work here is done. Ooh, I am starving. Hey, how'd you like to share a big plate of sweet potato fries at Miss Lucy's Cafe? They are the best.
Jake, that sounds like a really good idea. I'll just leave a note for Mr. Lee, because he should probably have a real plumber come and check our work. Then you lead the way.
Chaplain Plumbers. Well, that's a clever name, but I don't think that Chaplain Simon and Jake want to repeat today's act of service every day. Will Mrs. Lee be okay? I sure hope so. And are you still wondering about the mystery package? I sure am. I wonder who ordered something all the way from Australia. We'll have to keep listening to find out. Now, acts of service are a great way to exercise our faith. When we spend time helping others, we think about them and not about ourselves. The book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 4 says this, "Let each of you look out not only for his own interests, but also for the interests of others." What sorts of acts of service are you involved in? Tell me about them. I'd love to hear from you.
Hi, I'm Director Doug, and we had a lot of fun making this episode of Discovery Mountain. Sound engineer Danny and I got to make lots of noise with water. Now, we didn't burst any pipes, but we did get creative. Check out the Director Doug area of discoverymountain.com to find some video showing how we made these sound effects.
I'm Miss Jean, and you've been listening to Discovery Mountain. To listen to other episodes and to send us a message, visit us at discoverymountain.com or write to us at Discovery Mountain, P.O. Box 999, Loveland, Colorado 80539. And in Canada, write to Box 2127, Oshawa, Ontario, L1H7V4. This has been a production of The Voice of Prophecy. Join us again next time here at Discovery Mountain. Chaplain Plumbers was written by Jean Boonstra and recorded in Loveland, Colorado in the Voice of Prophecy studio and post-produced in Ontario, Canada by Douglas Bruce and Danny Columby.